Hello, my name is Elvis and this is Andrew and we're from IEL. It's a leadership program for SF and Marin High School students so young adults can learn leadership skills and advocate for their community. The program gave us the opportunity to do a CAP project, which stands for Community Action Project, and we decided to dedicate our CAP project to social media. We chose this topic because social media is constantly growing and it's extremely popular for young teens. But social media can have impacts that others may not be aware of, and it's important that we address this. This video will share our research from sources and some interviews we did personally, and we will also be giving tips on how to manage social media so you can have a healthy relationship.
For our research, we wanted to learn more about how social media could impact teenagers. But first, we wanted to know the most popular platforms that teenagers use today, and we discovered that the most popular platforms that teenagers use today are TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. Recently, studies have shown that teenagers spend an average of 3.5 hours daily on social media platforms.
There are many reasons people use social media, and reasons could include connecting with friends and family, wanting to express themselves to the world, or entertainment like watching TikToks or videos, where they're trying to find a community online that they can identify with, and the fear of missing out, which is like FOMO. A bigger reason that people use social media is because of your brain's reward center releasing dopamine, which helps give you satisfaction and happiness. Because of this, it makes us want to stay on social media longer, and there are usually risks that comes with this.
Social media can be a distraction. Using social media for longer periods could lead to addiction and can interfere with academic performance and hobbies. Social comparison is when individuals evaluate themselves by comparing their abilities, achievements, and other characteristics to those of others. This can influence a person's self-esteem, motivation, and even overall well-being. But social media does, in a way, harm teenagers' self-esteem by setting unrealistic standards and perfection, which can lead to depression and unmotivated moods. Social media is also linked to people getting less sleep. Common Sense Media states that about 70% of teenagers use social media before going to bed, which can interfere with teenagers' sleep schedules. We decided to interview people we know to get their input on how they feel about social media and also share their experience using social media.
My name is Chloe and I am 16, a junior in high school.
What is your relationship with social media like? Is it positive, negative, or is it both?
I would say my relationship with social media is both positive and negative, just because I feel like there's a lot of downsides to social media. For example, it builds a lot of insecurity and also anxiety, mostly for teens. But then it's also good because it is entertaining. And it's also really addicting, which is bad, but it is entertaining and it's a good form of communication.
If you could, or if you would, could you elaborate more on the negative impacts of social media on teens?
Yeah, so one factor is it builds a lot of insecurity, so it usually brings down people's mental health by making people feel bad about certain ways they act or look like. So it just brings down teen self-esteem. And then it's also really addicting to scroll on social media for like hours and hours and like avoid doing work or any responsibilities you have. So those are like the two main downsides of it.
Is this from personal experience, or do you see this happening to other people?
I would say it's both. I feel like it happens to everybody, including myself. Especially as teenagers, we're more prone and exposed to social media.
Um, my name is Jay. I'm a 12th grader at Burn High School. Yeah.
All right, man. So Jay has. I like to thank Jay for taking the time out of his day to make this interview possible. So I'll be conducting an interview and be asking him questions. What do you think are some negative impacts of social media?
I think some negative impacts are like self-image and stuff. Like some of the stuff that people post kind of affects how people think of themselves and stuff.
What do you think are some positive impacts of social media?
You get to show people like how your life is going and stuff, and you get to give them like updates and like just pretty much just share some stuff about yourself.
It's easy to forget that social media is more than just the media we are consuming, and it's actually information that our brain is storing to help us communicate, take action, and generate opinions and beliefs, form habits, and learn new skills. If you had to describe your relationship with social media in relation to your physical or mental health, what could you share about that?
Sometimes I like stopped eating because I like got too addicted to it, to like social media and stuff. But now I'm kind of like balancing it out and stuff.
Do you and your friends talk about how social media affects them?
Sometimes, but not really. The question comes up sometimes. So
Do you think you have like healthy habits when using social media? Like, do you think you have like a balanced routine on how you use it?
not really.
Do you wish to have healthier habits?
Yeah, I could like balance out some time.
Like, what would you do differently?
I would like do more like of my other hobbies more instead of like just scrolling online.
If you can change anything about social media in general, what would it be?
Probably manage like the amount of like stuff that are like posted or stuff. Like I don't know, I guess there should be like a better like security system, because like they kind of put out some videos that are like kind of harmful to other people.
However, social media is not all bad, as there are benefits to it as well. Social media allows you to promote social justice and awareness, sharing your talents and ideas, connect to new people, and finding your community, and helps people stay in touch with friends, family, and communities worldwide. It all depends on how you manage your social media use.
To promote healthier relationships with social media, we decided to give some tips. A basic one you can do is setting a screen time on your phone or any device. Remind yourself that not everything you see online is real and no one's life is perfect, even influencers. Remember to use social media with purpose, post with awareness, post with integrity, and post with purpose. Be mindful of what you're consuming. Follow people who uplift, educate, or align with your ideals. Don't forget to try to balance your life out by going outdoors and going less on your device if possible. And also don't forget to talk to people if you feel uncomfortable or if social media is making you overwhelmed. And that concludes the end of this video.
We hope that this video has helped you gain more awareness of how social media can impact you. And we hope you learned new ways to better manage your use of social media. In the description, there are resources for mental health organizations. Don't forget to check it out for extra support.